Guys, greetings, blessings. Happy Monday morning, afternoon. Always remember to drink water and pray over everything all the time. As always, I am Rocky Darling, also professionally known as Sage Grey, and I am a creator. I do have a goal in mind, which I'm not sure if I've ever actually mentioned or not. So I just want to let you guys know. As you guys know, I was born in the 90s, so I am from a different era of gaming. I do love a console game, especially PlayStation, but I've gotten very adept at PC games. And PC gaming is really fun, actually, because you can pack your PC, you can take it with you anywhere, so ultimately you can game everywhere. Opposed to if you're gaming on a console, you need a TV screen, obviously, or monitor of some sort, and lugging around a monitor is difficult. But I remember when we were kids, we went home and we played our favorite game. Then we went to school and organically found other classmates and friends that played the same game. We'd go home every night and play, and then when we went back to school, we'd compare notes. What level did you hit? Where did you leave off? And when we got stuck on a level, that was usually the end of the game. Like it stopped there. Once you got stuck, there was no passing it, We weren't in the era of being on YouTube and looking up YouTube to see if we could find any answers, and we didn't have the game wiki where you can look to see details that people have listed, and even games like Dreamlight Valley where they have a physical book now that's a guide as a beginner for basically everything you need to know for the last 3 years of Disney Dreamlight Valley. We didn't have that, so it was either you figure it out or you don't know. But if you got lucky, there was a kid in the neighborhood or at school who had played this level before, and they were a master at their craft, and they would usually sneak their handheld to school in their backpack. Seldom do they have permission to have it at school, but they would sneak it to school if you were lucky, and you and probably some other kids would gather around them and watch them play that game. And if they couldn't sneak it to school, they gave you everything that they did, and you tried your best to remember, or you wrote it down till you got home. All of our friends that you found that played games, we were all gamer kids. We were like, hey, we're gonna play tonight, even if you didn't have multiplayer, we couldn't necessarily play together, but we would go home and all play at the same time. And at this point in time, we couldn't really call each other, because you may not have had a personal cell phone, but you just trusted that you and your friends all went home and all played the game at the exact same time. And then we would again, next day at school, talk about it. And that is my goal. That is what I want. I want to rebuild that community again, but a little bit differently, because now when you go home and play, we actually can play together. Some games are built like that, not all games, but we have a way of being connected now. Yes, with Discord, and yes, with Twitch. Discord, you can open your own little server and you can VC, which is ultimately chatting at the same time. So we can actually talk to each other while playing this game. If you don't play Call of Duty, your game doesn't have an ability to be mic'd up and talk to other players that are actively real human beings. But I've played Sims and wanted to talk to other Simmers, because now that we have the internet and it's grown to the vastness that it has, there are online communities of other gamers, Simmers, other people that play Palia, other people that play Power World, other people that play Hogwarts Legacy, and we are holding out hope for our Hogwarts Legacies too. I genuinely have said I'm not convinced until I see it hit platforms where it can be bought. That is when I'll believe that it exists, respectfully. But now at this point, we have communities where we see our friends go online in communities and note glitches that they have, or note new hints and new tricks that they found, especially in Sims. Like the amount of neat things that you can do in build mode that I just had no idea about, or the shift click, you hit shift on your keyboard and then you click the sim and you reset object. And if they get stuck, or they're like, they can't get past, how they get stuck on like a movement or something, or everything just kind of pauses, that helps reset everything, like learning little tips and tricks like that. Now we have that ability, but there's still a bit of a distance. It's still you play when you play and you come back and tell me later, and I want us to all play together and tell each other what's going on in real time. That is my goal. So this isn't a space where you watch one person game. We all play together, we take notes from each other, we laugh and joke together, just so we can, and I just so happen to be the person that curated the space for it. I remember making plans with friends at school and we'd play together tonight. And there was no way for us to play together at that time, quote unquote. But nevertheless, we all showed up and made sure we had something to tell each other the next day. And it's like, I want that again. So it's like when I'm live in an ideal universe, when I go live and you guys get that notification, I want it to be a sense of like how boys are with Call of Duty, like, oh my goodness, my friend is on. I gotta go run to the so because it's time to play together. That is actively what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build that community from here on. And it doesn't have to be huge. It can be 5 of us, 10 of us, 12 of us, 20 of us, because, and we'll figure out everyone's schedule so we can figure out the best time when I go live, because you guys will be playing too. And we can do something, even if it's late at night. I love playing late at night. It's real quiet, the sky is beautiful. It like quiets down. I like playing in the morning and late at night because I would like to, have the ability to be able to play outside. I love when the sun comes up and the clouds are out and it's like that beautiful wind that's blowing that reminds you of when it was summer and you were a kid, that like nice smell that outside has. You hear the birds chirping. Love that time of day. So that is the goal. This is not a nameless channel. We play together. We know each other. This is like our neighborhood. Rocky's online and we're running to our devices to play together. That's the goal. That is the goal. I know you guys know me. We all know each other by name. We're all friends with each other, an actual community, not a hierarchy, an actual community. We know each other. We're not faceless to each other. We have reference of each other. I know your name when you come in. You know my name. You know me as well as I know you. That is the idea. So in turn, at some point, there will be a Discord channel as well. So that way we can chit chat if we would like to when we're not actively gaming, But yes, that is the goal. And today we will be in Power World, of course, because I am so excited for that update. It's not even funny. It's giving me all the jollies.